Hello, everybody. Thank you so very much for coming out to our session today on how to become more productive with Azure. This is Azure Tips and Tricks Live. My name is Michael Crump. I am a technical product manager on Azure, and I primarily look after content and developer experiences.
My name is Cecil Phillip. I'm a cloud developer advocate. For me, I primarily work with .NET developers that are trying to get their applications into Azure. So we do a lot of things from like workshops and doing documentation and a lot of teaching and training and stuff like that. But before we actually get started with the session, I think, Michael, you have some stuff you want to give away, right?
Oh, yeah. So I couldn't come here after all of the love from the blog posts, the tweets, etc., without at least giving you something. And inside of this book, so we've created a book. It's Azure Tips and Tricks. It's got the best of books, and we have some special items inside of it. And so Brady is right over there, Brady Guster, and I'm asking Brady, if you are interested in these, raise your hand, and don't worry, for all of those that may not get it right now, up here I have a variety of different stickers from our 8-bit Azure tips and tricks to the Boggle to even the shark, where necessarily Brand isn't exactly too happy about that one. But I have that for you.
I don't know. So we have a lot of hands up. I don't think we're going to have books for everybody.
That's okay.
We should have done a raffle and started tossing them out to people and stuff or something like that.
Don't worry, we have more. So anyway, kind of kicking into this, most of you are familiar with the blog series. The blog series has been going on for a full year now. And recently, I've started taking that blog and turning it into an ebook form. Turning it into an ebook form was all along the lines of having something where you could easily view it, distribute it, and pass it along.
And so a little while after, me and Michael, I think I saw you at happy hour one day, and we were having this conversation. And I was like, wouldn't it be a good idea if we added some video to these blog posts, right? So you have the ability now that you could read the blog post, which you could actually watch the video. So you can see exactly what we're doing and how we're doing it. So we spoke about it for a little bit, and then after a while, we just started recording, right? And so we started recording, we started putting them on YouTube. And so now we have our Azure Tips and Tricks YouTube videos that go along with those blog posts that he's written. Now, there are more blog posts than videos. I think you are 100 and...
Yeah, I am right about 140 in already.
Yeah, so he's at 140. I'm at 30. Right? So I'm still trying to catch up, right? But soon we're going to catch up really quickly, and then we're going to be able to have more of that type of interactive experiences of video and also the write-ups too.
Exactly, and about the surveys. So we have a survey, and the reason I started creating the survey was because the tips and tricks that you see now today is directly because of everybody here. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you are the one that's driving it. The ebook that's being distributed, by the way, you're able to get the full ebook at just ebook.azuredev.tips. That book is completely by you, and it's ranked by the top tips that you have selected over page views over the past year. So all of the tips in it's the top of.
Now, before we go on, I just want to let everybody know, this is going to be a very demo-heavy session. So that being said, this is the only slide. So for any, you guys like to take pictures of slides and stuff like that, this is the only picture you're going to be able to take. So go ahead and take it. We'll give you guys 10 seconds to take pictures. But after that, we're just going to dive into demos. Michael's going to show you a lot of stuff about, again, the Azure CLI, the portal, stuff like that. I'm going to dive into a little bit of app service. We're going to talk a little about serverless functions and stuff like that.
And what was really nice about this slide was that the team said, we need your slides in. And I was like, I can do that. Just takes me just a second. OK, so let's just jump right into it.
Let's just get into it.
Yeah. So let me get out of this.
Don't you wish this MacBook had a real function key?
Wouldn't that be nice? It's like,
I'm just saying.
OK here. All right, so let's jump into it. So we all work with the Azure dashboard day in, day out. But there's a couple of things that I found when I'm working with the dashboard that I think will be helpful for you. I'm going to start with a couple of easy peasy ones at the beginning. So you can click on Help, and you can actually get keyboard shortcuts. The thing that I really like about keyboard shortcuts is if you're already, you like to jump between different types of actions and navigations or dashboards, you can do that very, very easily. So for example, I'm pretty much always G+A to get back to resources, or G+, you can do a G and a D here to get back to the dashboard, if I can select it. There it goes. And some of the other things that you can do inside of this is you can always change the themes just by double-clicking on the background. One thing that's really cool about this is that the charts that you've selected, the charts that's on there, it's automatically going to put those in a color that you're going to be able to, that will actually look very, very nicely. I'll leave it on the dark themes, since everybody likes dark themes as coders. Okay, another thing is this button up here. You probably have seen this over the last couple of months, and that's because we rolled it out. The reason we rolled it out was that it normally was in here, but after looking at some data, nobody was finding it. So we've made it even easier. This is almost like a clout just for making a global subscription filter at the top level. So you can actually change that global subscription filter here. And here I'm going to select, I've selected 3 subscriptions. So what traditionally happens is you're inside of the portal, you've got a ton of these things, and you probably go in here manually and you select, oh, that's Cecil's account. Oh, maybe I should add some stuff to that
Where's my
one.
accounts on your
What's that?
What is my account over there?
Yeah, I just decided to use your money.
We're going to have to talk about this.
I think so. So you can actually go ahead and just add those directly in, but it's a lot easier if you use the global subscription filters. Another thing that I've seen is lost notifications. You're spinning up a resource, and let's just be true, some of them may take a little while to finish spinning up. So you go, you grab your coffee, etc., and you come back, and maybe that little 1 number here is missing, and you're like, oh, okay, I wonder what happened. Well, you can always go back into this, and you can go to activity log. You can go to it directly from there. But what I found that customers wanted to do with that is they wanted a CSV file. So obviously now a CSV file. And if you want to change this time span, again, you can access this stuff through the CLI, which we're going to talk about very, very, very shortly. Another thing that I think that most people are kind of used to is all the different types of tiles that's on this screen. So if you haven't seen it, you can obviously come in, you can hit the customize button. There's different tiles where you can expand them out and make those tiles fit a certain resolution. There's also these little guide marks of if you're displaying this on a 1024 by 768 screen, this is a 1440 by 90 screen. You can put those right in those boxes to make it very, very easy. But in the past, when you wanted to add in a chart to one of these things, what you would typically do is you would go to a machine, you would pick your machine, you would come right in here, and you would click Pin to Dashboard. That's a lot of clicks. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so back over on Dashboards, now I can simply come in here. I can hit the Edit button again, and now I have a vast variety of different types of data that I can pull from. So the CPU percentage is in here, memory usage is in here, and things like network in and out. So if I wanted to take one, for example, CPU percentage, so I clicked Add. So over here is where it's been added. I can hit the button called Configure Tile, and hey, here's all of the 3 subscriptions. Remember, that was global. All right, so our global subscriptions, we've got 3. We got all access groups. And for this, I can select an app service that I want to test with, and I'll just go ahead and pick an auto tweet. Oh, I wonder what that is. And this will show that CPU percentage. But of course, it's got to say error retrieving data. I'll just blame that on everybody using my Wi-Fi, even though I'm hardwired in. But it does actually work very, very, very nicely. And with that, I think what's also amazing that you can do with the dashboards is not only just share those between other users, you also have the ability to come in here and press the full screen. And what we at Microsoft, how we use the full screen is that there are certain places in our buildings where we need to constantly monitor some of the things that's happening with Azure for maybe certain internal websites, et cetera. We actually have customized dashboards, and as we're walking through to the coffee break, we're still able to do a little work because we'll look up on the screen, we'll say, oh, okay, this resource looks good, you know, I'm ready to rock and roll and do something else. So I think that was a little bit of the portal. Why don't we?
That sounds pretty good.
Why don't we talk about app service?
Sure. So that was a really good warm up. So what I want to do, and we got to switch this thing over for me really quickly. Yeah, there you go. Great. So what I want to do is I want to talk to you a little bit about app service and deploying apps using Visual Studio Code. Now, the first time me and Michael did this talk, we did it in Visual Studio, we used the Azure Portal, and so we had this little bit of a back and forth. But a lot of folks don't know that you could do the same thing using Visual Studio Code. And again, Visual Studio Code on Windows, on Mac, and Linux, we have the app service tooling that's available for us so that we could use this to publish our applications. So what I want to do really quickly is I'm just going to create a new website, right? So I'm going to use the .NET CLI. So I'm just going to do like a .NET new, actually, hold on, let me make sure I'm in the right folder. Nope, definitely not in the right folder. Right? So I'm going to do a .NET new MVC. I'm just going to create a new application. I'm going to just call this, let's call this tips and tricks. Right? And so what this is going to do is it's going to go ahead and scaffold out a new website for me really quickly. This shouldn't take too long at all. And now I want to deploy this website up into the cloud. And I'm going to stay right here inside of Visual Studio Code. So the first thing I want to do is I actually need to publish it. So I'm going to do .NET publish, and then I'm going to select the release configuration, right? So I'm going to let that go ahead and run. Uh-oh, what'd I do? Oh, my bad. Right. So I need to go ahead and do .NET publish. And again, what it's going to do is going to restore all my NuGet packages. It's going to create my DLLs for me, and it's going to kind of just package up my app so it's ready for me to go ahead and go to Azure. All right, so I have that in the publish folder. Now, the next thing I need to do is to be able to connect to my app service instance that's already inside of the cloud that I've already created. Now, I went ahead and installed the app service extension for Visual Studio Code. And so when I get that, what I get is this little section here that says app service. And so notice now it's listing all of my subscriptions. So I'm going to open up this particular subscription that for some reason is also in Michael's account that we're going to talk about later.
Yay.
And I'm going to select this one that says Azure Tips and Tricks. Right? And now what I want to do is I actually want to deploy my code to this particular website. So again, still in Visual Studio Code, I'm just going to right-click and hit Deploy to Web App. And then what it's going to do, if you can see here at the top, it's going to ask me to select the folder that I want to deploy. Right? So I'm going to select my Tips and Tricks folder. I'm going to go to my bin folder, Release, and I'm going to hit that Publish folder. Right? So when I did .NET Publish, it created this Publish folder for me with my release configuration. So I'm going to use this one. Are you sure you want to deploy? Yes. And then I'm going to go ahead and let the extension do what it needs to do. Right? So now it's connecting to that particular instance that I have already provisioned inside of Azure, and it's just going to go ahead and publish this up for me. And really quickly, so deployment was completed, browse the website, and as I open this, hopefully, in a couple of seconds or so, there you go. So that's how easy it is that we can deploy a website, and I haven't come out of Visual Studio Code at all. Now, this obviously works for .NET. It'll work for Python or JavaScript and any other of the languages that we support inside of Azure. So does that look useful? Is that something you think you'll use? Yeah? Kind of, sort of? All right. I'm not satisfied. You guys aren't impressed. So what's the next thing that we could do? So we also have this feature called deployment slots, which a lot of folks don't really seem to know about. So with deployment slots, what I could do is I could have different versions of my application, but I'm still inside of the same web app. Right? Now, again, I could create this inside of the Azure Portal, but I could also do it right here inside of Visual Studio Code as well. So I'm just going to right-click here. And one of the things that I'm going to do is, where'd it go? Deployment slots. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. And I'm going to create a new deployment slot. And then up here, I'm going to call this staging, right? So again, I can look at my main site as my production site, and now this one is going to be my staging site that I'm adding. I'm going to select the app that I want to send it to. And then, again, in just a couple of seconds, it's going to create a new website or a new slot for me. And then I can start pushing my staging deployments too. Tick, 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 tick. Great. And so now I have my staging slot. Right? Now, I'm going to go ahead and deploy a new version of my website over to the staging slot. So just so that we can know this is actually different, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my website. And I'm going to make a change to the HTML so that when we deploy it, we can see the difference so we can know that we're actually looking at a different site. So I'm going to open up my views. Let's say I open up the index view. And let's change one other thing. So this says application uses. Let's say this is from the staging slots, right? So just that we know that this is different. Now, the next thing I need to do is I need to republish this, right? So I'm going to go ahead and, same steps that we did before, I'm going to republish this. And I'm going to go back to my app service instance. I'm going to wait for this to load really quickly. There we go. And now I'm going to go to my staging slot as soon as this loads my websites again. And then I'm going to make sure that I pass in that new version of the website that we had. So there we go. Deployment slots, staging, right-click, deploy web app. And again, I'm going to select tips and tricks again. Deploy this to staging. Actually, let's not do that. Right-click, deploy web app. I'm going to make sure, let's select a specific folder. Bin, release, publish, open. Yes, right? And again, so it's going to do the same thing it did before, right? So now I'm going to have two different versions of my website. One's going to be a production instance and one's going to be a staging instance. Now, if we head over really quickly to the portal, and I'm going to go ahead and let that go. So inside of the portal now, if I click on my Azure Tips and Tricks resource group, as soon as that's finished deploying, I should have another item in there that says Azure Tips and Tricks, and it's going to say staging. So let's refresh this and see if it's there. Right? So now I have the staging slot that's available for me. So if I click on the staging slot, and I can click on my website, now we should see the similar website, but now this says this is coming from the staging slot. Right? So I have my production version of my website. I have my staging version of my website. OK, so again, still not super excited because you guys are very just kind of staring at me right now. So let's do something else. Now, one of the reasons why we might want to have different versions of our websites is because we want to test out different features. And we want to see how users react to maybe we're doing A/B testing, or maybe there's, you want to see if QA could test out something for you. Now, one of the things that we can do inside of the portal is we have this feature called testing in production. And so what testing in production does is it allows us to funnel a certain amount of traffic from one version of our website to the other one. Right? So if you look,
this would be great for like a Black Friday, testing. There's a lot of like a Black Friday testing scenario.
Right, like we could put out different versions of our website, and we could say, oh, the users like this version or this version better, right? And we could do some of those things and gather some of those analytics. So I have my two slots, right? I have one that says staging and one that says production. Now, on the right side, I'm going to change this and say I want 50% to go to staging and 50% to go to production, right? So as you would expect now, when users hit my main website, 50% of the traffic is going to go to one place and 50% is going to go to another place. And all we had to do was just specify those percentages right here inside of the portal. So now that that's set, I'm going to go back to my main website. When I click on this, now I have no idea what version I'm going to get, right? So it looks like I'm just getting the regular version. Now, one of the things that we could do, if you want to force the version that you get, is we can actually specify a header inside of the URL. So what I'm going to do here inside of my browser is I'm going to take a look at the cookies, right? If I look at the cookies, it'll tell me what version I just happen to get, right? So again, I had a 50-50% chance of getting the staging version or just getting the production version. So notice this one here says MS routing name, and it's set to self. So when it's set to self, that means that I'm just going to get the production version back. So what if I wanted to change this really quickly? And what if I wanted to get the staging version? Well, inside of my query string, I could just enter staging. And then I should be able to get the other version of my website. But this looks like this is caching, and that's not good. But anyway, so essentially now 50% of your users would get one version, and then 50% would get another version of your website. Now, one more thing I want to show you in terms of testing is that we also have the ability to run performance tests. Now, with performance tests, I could specify how much load I want to put on this particular website and get some analytics back. So I could see like what my requests per seconds are looking like, or what my latency is looking at, or if I had any fail requests. Now, I'm going to show you how to create one, but I had some ones that I created earlier today. And if we take a look at this, so for instance, I have Tips and Tricks 500 East Asia, and that's just the name I happen to give it. But essentially, I had my website with 500 users from Asia, right? And I let it hit my website for 5 minutes. And I wanted to see what the results of those were going to be. This one here, I had West US 1,000, right? So I had 1,000 users hitting my website. And so to do this, we can do it really easily by just selecting New Performance Tests. We can give our test a name. And then we could say, let's see, I don't know, I want 1,000 users here. And then I wanted to hit it for 5 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever the duration happens to be, right? And now I can click Run Test, right? Okay, go ahead and start hitting your website with that amount of users for that particular period of time. Now, one interesting thing that we have here is that I could also have it hit my, my staging slot if I wanted to. So all I really needed to do here is I could change the URL that my tests are actually going to, and now I can have load tests hitting different websites all right here inside of the Azure portal. So again, I'm going to go ahead and run this test. And this takes a little while to spin up, but so I'm not going to wait for this to finish, but essentially that's how easy it is for you to go ahead and come inside of the portal and create some tests.
That's awesome.
What do you guys think about that? Yeah? All right, so I'm leaving it up to you now to wow these guys, because I don't think I did a good job.
Yeah, you did a great job. All right, let me switch on over to
8.
8.
Yes.
We have to remember these numbers. This is the life of speaker. Okay, so I wanted to jump into Cloud Shell. How many of you actually use Azure Cloud Shell? Okay, thank you. So all right, so for those that don't work with Azure Cloud Shell, Azure Cloud Shell allows you to manage resources in Azure in a variety of different ways. So think of this as maybe kind of an easy CLI that uses the Azure CLI. And if you want to first access it, it's actually up here at the very top. You'll see it's called Cloud Shell. That's if you're actually inside of the portal. And if you click this button, down here, you actually see Cloud Shell. So what's cool here is that Cloud Shell already has all of the information about all of your resources that's tied to your name. And that also, while I'm using Bash, I know out of talking to customers here, PowerShell has been a top of mind thing. You can even use PowerShell. You can use PowerShell there as well. And then you'll see it says type AZ to use the Azure CLI. So again, AZ, and I'm pulling up my, you'll see, welcome to the new cool Azure CLI. And then over here, I've got my terminal window. And here I can do the same sort of thing. I can do AZ, and you see I'm still running that same Azure CLI. So what you're doing in a terminal prompt, or even if you're using Windows Subsystem for Linux on Windows 10, all of those commands are going to hold true to Cloud Shell.
You know what I like about this is that means that I don't really have to install the Cloud Shell. Exactly. If I wanted to. Like I could just use it inside of the portal.
Exactly, and with this, for example, in the terminal prompt here, I did download it. I used Brew, the common things that a lot of Mac users may be used to, but with WSL, it's the same way. You just pull down those packages. Okay, so I'm in here. Obviously, I can do things like AZ account list and list out all of my accounts. And here, again, the same sort of thing, AZ account list, and I'm able to quickly list out all of my accounts. But what's really cool is that while I'm showing you, you're in the portal or in the terminal prompt, we've actually integrated Cloud Shell in a variety of other different places. So for example, one of them is inside of the Azure documentation. Is anybody familiar with Azure CLI being inside of the documentation? So you can run this right now. So now I'm inside of this, I've connected. I could hit this like copy. And I'm just saying I've hit a web page and I want to start trying this out. I can come in, I can paste in that command with the copy. But it doesn't just stop there. It's also in shell.azure.com. Also gives you access to that Azure, the Cloud Shell, as well as everybody's favorite IDE, Visual Studio. And inside of Visual Studio, in order to activate it, it's just something as simple as adding Azure account. And once you add in Azure account, you're going to be able to spin up a Cloud Shell. And if I go to the command palette here, and I can say, hey, Azure, open bash and Cloud Shell. Oh, and then for all of my PowerShell peeps out there, open PowerShell in Cloud Shell, so you can add it here. And then, if you're out with the family, you're at a restaurant, and you really just need Cloud Shell, you really need to activate it, oh yes, it's on mobile. So just think, you've got, wife, kids, whoever with you, pull out your phone and check it out, like, oh, great. Okay, I don't think that, I wouldn't advise that because husbands or wives may be divorcing you. Okay, so I wanted to tell a quick personal story of how kind of I'm using Cloud Shell in my day-to-day thing. So there is this application, Laverna, that is a note-taking application. This application does not, it doesn't do any sort of like callbacks. There's the privacy, and what's really nice is that they open sourced it because the company found out that honestly, kind of with to-do list, you really aren't going to be making any money. So they open sourced it, and I grabbed it. I wanted to host it all on my own server. So what I did with this is that I hosted it on my own server, but I'm using a VM that's inside of Azure, and I picked the absolutely cheapest one possible because regardless of what you think, I don't get free money. I use the cheapest VM possible, and I'm running Apache. And so my day-to-day workflow, if I'm managing this side, and this is one out of the many, I would simply go back over to my dashboard here, and in my side of my dashboard, I would go and I would click on virtual machines, and then on virtual machines, let me close this out, I would scroll to my Linux machine, and then I can simply hit the connect button, and down here at the bottom you'll see, hey, here's how to SSH into the username plus the IP address. Is everybody familiar with connecting to virtual machines through the portal like this? Like with, it's even sweeter if you have Windows. If you have Windows, you can just, it'll download the RDP profile. Another extra tip in the tip. All right, so now I've taken this, I'm going to go over to a larger screen here, and I will, larger window, and I will paste that in. Now, you're going to see it's asking me for a password. I can, obviously, I'll type in the password, but what I traditionally do is I create a public key. And since I'm already inside of Azure Cloud Shell, which has access to all of my credentials, I have the public key, so I don't actually have to type in the password each and every time. So as you're working with this, you can try different workflows, but I assume some people will be writing down the IP address here, so I didn't do some of that. So let me log in. This is kind of cool because that's like the first time I've typed so far. Isn't that awesome?
Nice.
And maybe, hopefully, it will work. Okay, great. So I'm in. You can see I'm using Ubuntu. This is a little bit older release, 1604 LTS. It's already dropping at me that I need to upgrade it. which is obviously very, very nice. So now that I'm inside of this, remember I have Apache running that website that you just saw, and that is that's on a Linux VM, and I'm connected to it through Cloud Shell. So yeah, lots of steps there. So a command you would probably expect in a Linux machine, you may want to run htop. And I think this is really powerful because, again, I could do this on my phone at Denny's with the family. And so I can
really
see,
hope you don't do that.
I'm not going to say I haven't. But so you can see I've got Python kind of rocking and rolling here. And you've got some of the Apache with the starts. And I'm just going to F10 out of that screen. So great, I can kind of check some of the resources and things there. And even if I wanted to go ahead and go to var www html, do an ls. This is the actual site. So like my normal kind of like grep commands. So I can do like a grep title index.html. And here we could see like Laverna. This is the name of the title of this web page. What's also kind of cool here is that if I need to upload and download files and start to work with them. So I'm going to actually exit out because I want to show you one more thing in this section. And here I want to kind of go over everything that you see inside of Cloud Shell is based on a 5 gigabyte storage account. So you create that 5 gigabyte storage account the first time you spin up Cloud Shell. So you can see, again, I have like files here. I have like my cloud drive that's mapped just so I can easily access it, a couple of different SSH profiles, and then a new file. What's kind of neat here is that, does anybody remember that code period keyword that we typically use at the command line when we want to open Visual Studio Code in the local folder? Code is actually inside of Visual Studio Shell.
So you mean like the same Visual Studio Code that I was running just now is in the Cloud Shell?
Your Visual Studio Code, it's right here.
Oh, okay.
But not all of it, obviously. It's, there's some pieces that wasn't able to make it in. But anyway, like I could easily, type in something like hello world as you saw as I start typing. It starts to kind of figure it out. Again, you kind of have that same bar, like you'll see it kind of highlighted here. But what's really kind of cool here, the command palette that we know and love from Visual Studio Code, which is right here, is actually inside of the Cloud Shell. So what's great about this is that you no longer have to install code and you're able to work with files. So you can either use code or you can use Vim. Do I have any Vim users in here? Oh, I do. Please don't tell me you like Vim. Okay, so great. So what I can do from here is I can go ahead and I can save out of this. I can give it a file name. I'm just going to give it a name here. But then if I ever wanted to upload or download files, I could select here, I could select upload, and then obviously I can download files super easy from Azure storage accounts.
Nice, that's awesome. So we have about 10 more minutes or so left. So what I want to do is I want to dive back into writing some code, right? And specifically, I want to talk to you about writing serverless code. So serverless is something that we've spoken about a lot throughout the conference. Like there's been a ton of sessions and lots of samples and lots of new releases that have been available. So what I want to show you is, for some of you that might not be familiar, how exactly we could easily start with writing some serverless code right here inside of the portal. So what I have here is a functions app. Right? So my functions app essentially is where I could start writing serverless code. Right? I can have multiple different types of functions inside of my app. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new function. And I'm going to select the runtime that I want to use. I just happen to want to use .NET. But you can select a few others if you'd like. And then now I can say, well, what's the experience that I want to use? I'm just going to select Portal for now, because I want to do everything inside of the portal. And I'm going to create a simple web API. Now I'm going to hit Create. And what's going to happen in a few seconds is that the portal is going to go ahead and it's going to scaffold out a very simple Azure function for me. And now what's great about this is that I'll have an in-browser editing experience. So I should be able to change my code and test it right here inside of the browser. And I wouldn't have to move around too much. So I'm going to make this text a little bit bigger. But essentially, all this is doing is it's just saying hello, right? But again, you can see I have syntax highlighting. I have a run button that I can run and execute this with. But what I actually really like is on the right-hand side, we have this test feature. So I can, right here in the browser, start to test my HTTP trigger. So if I go ahead and hit this run button, you'll see at the bottom now I'm going to have like these streaming logs that are showing, right? And I can see like some of the different results that come back. So how about I change this from Azure and I'm going to say hello Cecil, right? If I go ahead and run this, you see it executes again. And again, we could check out some of the results that are coming back from the portal. So again, this is how easy it is that you can get started really quickly with Azure Functions. Now, for me personally, I'm not really much of a edit in the browser kind of guy, right? I usually like to use tools like Visual Studio or Visual Studio Code, right? I want to have a debugger and I want to set breakpoints and I want to do some of these types of things. So instead, let me show you the Visual Studio Code extension for Azure Functions. So here I have an Azure function that's already created. But before I do that, I want to show you my extensions, right? So I'm just going to go into extensions. And then I'm going to show you my functions extension, right? So all you need to do is just head over to the marketplace, and then you just search for Azure Functions, and you can install this extension. It installs pretty quickly, and it's free. But once you have this here, it'll add a lot of commands inside of the editor that you could use to start getting started with Azure Functions. Now, this particular function that I'm showing here is one I wrote the other day. And I wanted to show you how easily we can start integrating with some other services. So this particular function starts to schedule tweets for you, essentially is what it does, right? So I have a function that is going to get triggered when I send an HTTP request. And then now what it's going to do is it's going to create a service bus queue. And inside of my service bus queue, and I'll open this a little bit so you can see some more of this code, it's going to schedule the queue to get released at whatever particular time period I want to get released at. So if I want to have this tweet get sent in 2 minutes, I'm going to have it sent in 2 minutes. And I'll just specify that there, right? So if you look at the top, you can see we have these triggers, right? So HTTP is the trigger that's going to start the function. And then here I have this thing called service bus, right? This is my service bus bindings. It's going to give me access to my service bus. And notice I have like the queue that I want to use and also the service bus connection. So how about this? How about I just run this and we can see what it looks like?
Yep.
Right? So I have some breakpoints and stuff like that already set. And then I also have this function here at the bottom that's going to actually process the tweet. So I'm going to type debug. And now what's going to happen now is that right here in my editor, it's going to load up the Azure Functions runtime. And this is the same runtime that's running already inside of Azure. It's not an emulator or a simulator or anything like that. It's the same experience. It's just running here locally in your machine.
So you can do that completely through Visual Studio Code. You don't have to go and download a Visual Studio or anything like that. You can do it all right here.
You can do it all right here, right? And again, this works on Linux, it works on Mac, it works on Windows. So it's the same experience you're going to get cross-platform, which is great. And we also have cool ASCII art, which is amazing too.
Oh, I love it.
So, okay, so my function's up, it's running. So how do I actually trigger this? So what I'm going to do is I have a tool called Postman that I'm going to use, right? And so I am going to enter the URL really quickly. And what I'm adding here is I'm going to give it the update I wanted to send and also the time that I wanted to send. So 2 minutes might be a little bit too long. Let's change this. And then let's give a friendlier message. Hello from our session. And I'll do hashtag MSIgnite, right? So I'm going to go ahead and hit post. I'm going to go ahead and send the session over. So what's going to happen now is because this is running locally in my machine, it's going to hit my breakpoint. And now, as you expect, I could do things like I could step through it. I could take a look at some of the values for these variables. And again, I get a full debugging experience right here on Visual Studio Code. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit run. So now what's happened now is that it's gone ahead and it's scheduled that message to be sent inside of Azure Service Bus. If I head back to the browser really quickly, I'll show you what my Service Bus namespace and queues look like. So I'll click on queues. And I have one queue in here that says scheduled tweets. And when this loads, we should see, I'll zoom in really quickly. So now I have one scheduled message. Now notice it's not in active message count. It's in scheduled message. So that means that the message is there. But if I had like a processor there that's ready and it's polling for new messages, it wouldn't see it yet. Right? It'll wait until it gets pushed up into that active message queue, and then my producers will be able to grab it out of there. So while that's waiting, that should take, what did we set that to? We set that to like 2 minutes?
Yeah.
1 minute? Okay. So then essentially what's going to happen in a minute or so, whenever this thing wakes up, and there you go. So see, it's hit my breakpoint, because now, the queue is available, and I had this other function that was listening for that event, right? So now it's hit this other function, and now it's going to start processing, and it's going to send out that tweet. So I'm going to go ahead and run this really quickly. And now, if I head over to Twitter, there you go, and it says like, hello from our MS Ignite session, right? So what we saw there was, we saw how we could trigger functions using HTTP. We saw how we could also trigger them using Azure Service Bus. We also saw a really cool feature that you could have scheduled messages inside of Azure Service Bus, so that you could have delayed processing if you need to do something like that. Now, I'm going to delete this, because I don't really want to keep this around in my account. Now, if we head back over to the editor, I'm going to stop this from debugging really quick. Now, just like we could deploy things with Azure App Service, we could deploy a function from right here inside of Visual Studio Code as well. So again, I'm going to go through the same steps, right? I'm going to open this resource. I'm going to select my tips and tricks resource group, my tips and tricks function, and now I could just right-click, and I could say deploy to a function app, right? So let's deploy this really quickly. Do you want to deploy it? Yes, deploy. And now it's gone ahead and it's deploying my current function app up into the cloud. Now, one thing that's a little bit different is that, well, I have particular application settings that are on my machine. So for instance, my service bus keys and my Twitter client ID and my Twitter secret. And those didn't happen to go up, right? So if I wanted to push those up, we have a feature that we could just right-click here on application settings, and I can click upload local settings, right? Which is pretty convenient, because if you have a lot of app settings and then local on your machine, and you probably want to keep them local, now you could upload them into the cloud. So all of those keys that you don't have to worry about copying them one at a time, right? They could kind of just all go up for you.
So like if you committed this originally, it would prevent it from going into like a GitHub, but your local settings. But if you wanted to force them up into Azure's application settings, you could do so with a click.
You can do so as well. So by default, whenever you create a new functions app, it adds like a git ignore file. And that git ignore file is going to automatically ignore those local settings. But if you did have some that you wanted to go, then you could very easily just upload them into the cloud.
Very useful for public repos.
Yes. Now, one more thing that I do want to talk about, so I'm going to close this. So when we talk about functions, sometimes you get into a situation where you have a lot of functions, right? And we have this thing that's called, you might want to do this thing called function orchestration, right? So let's say I have multiple functions, and I need to call them in a particular order, or I need them run in a particular order, or maybe I have one function that depends on another one, or maybe I want to run a lot of them in parallel. Now it becomes a little bit of an exercise to do that, right? Because now you might need queues and you might need some coordination mechanism to try and help you do that. So what we've done for you is we've created this extension to Azure Functions called Durable Functions. And what Durable Functions does is allows us to orchestrate our functions, right? Like it allows us to kind of control the order in which they run, and also allows us to do some monitoring and retries and some of these kind of cool features. So really quickly, if I want to show you this Durable Functions demo. So what I have here is, think about it like it's an ordering processing pipeline, right? So I'm a customer and I'm going to submit an order. So then that order might need to check inventory, and I need to check your credit card, and then I have to email the customer, and then I have to schedule the shipping. Like all these things are like part of that workflow. And I might have an individual function that's responsible for each of those. So what we can do now is we can create a durable function, and essentially its job is to monitor all of those different operations. So if we take a look here at the code really quickly, so I have essentially like an HTTP trigger that's going to kick off my durable workflow, right? And then I use this type called an orchestration client. So again, my orchestration client is going to allow me to manage that particular instance of my workflow. And right here inside of this function, I have my orchestration, right? And so when you look at it, you can see what it's doing is first it's calling process payment, or first it's calling check inventory, then it's going to process the payment, then it's going to schedule the shipping, then it's going to email the customer. Now, you might look at this and say, okay, well, we're just calling functions in order. Well, it's actually doing a lot more than that. At every point that you see I have a call activity async, it's doing what we call checkpointing. So what that means is that if, for instance, something failed at process payment, I could go back in time and I could restart the processing for that particular order, which is pretty cool, right? So essentially what we're doing is event sourcing, right? We're capturing these events as our workflow goes on. So we could say, okay, well, this failed at this point because maybe the inventory wasn't ready, or we didn't have, that person didn't have enough money in their credit card, right? We could rewind the workflow and we could say, okay, well, let's replay this orchestration, right? Let's replay all of these events. So again, like instead of you having to do that yourself with queues and topics and trying to figure out how you're going to coordinate these things, like you can just write sequential code, and again, we'll take care of all that other stuff for you. So again, this runs just like a regular function. It gets triggered the same way, but now like we have that durability, right? The fact that your function, even though it's not running, and we're waiting for something else to happen, we could rewind and go back in time, and we could be able to complete our orchestration.
Exactly.
Nice. So I'm going to hand it over to you, sir.
Okay. Let me go ahead and I'm going to switch back quickly to the slides. I know a lot of you is trying to get out to the 4 o'clock Gabe Monroy and Corey Sanders talk, so I'll make it very quickly. Okay, so here is the slide that we saw you saw a little bit earlier. I do have stickers, and I have plenty of stickers up here in the front for you to come and grab. Also, both of us are available to chat if there's any sort of like questions about the series so far, which you would like to kind of see next. I'd absolutely love to talk to all of you. So thank you. Plenty of stickers. Come on up. I printed these for all of you. Take them, take them. Hope you guys like them. Hey, okay. And if you are looking for the books, there are books. They're down in the Azure Developer Center in the Expo. Right now, the Azure Service Bus group has quite a bit left. And if you can't get any from there, Azure App Services, I think I gave them about 200 copies. So yeah, a couple of different places to grab those from.